A pleasant good evening to you from the campus of Chabot College in Hayward, California. It is sophomore night for the hometown Chabot Gladiators, and what a way they have to close out the 2019 regular season as they host the Laney Eagles from Oakland, California, a rivalry that surrounds the I-880 corridor, so bragging rights all around as a result of this rivalry that's been going on for many, many years, and this should be a very good one, and we're pleased to bring it to you tonight on NorCal Sports TV. Philip Kern here on the call. Glad you're able to join us. A beautiful night here for football in the East Bay, and we are just about ready to get things started. Laney has won the toss. They will receive, and so we will get a look at their offense right out of the chute. Chabot in their home black uniforms with the yellow pants this time around, while Laney is in their home whites with the silver numbers, the green outline, and the very sharp-looking silver helmets as well. Pablo Rico is ready to kick this one away for Chabot. Getting ready to take a look at Laney's offense for the first time tonight. We are ready for football here tonight in Hayward on NorCal Sports TV. Glad you're able to join us. A line drive squib kick off the leg of Pablo Rico, and it's going to be fielded at the 12-yard line, and they will bring this one out. That is R.J. Stern, who will take it over towards the Laney sideline right outside the left hash mark, and is tackled at the 20-yard line, and that is where the Laney offense will take over. Laney's definitely going to come at you with a very run-heavy style. They are 13th in the state with 177.1 rush yards per game, and they really have a strong running back by committee. They have a combination of backs going with Tyrell Smith, Harold Tidwell, Keyshawn Ashford, and Alex Gonsalves. Gonsalves actually led the charge for Laney just a week ago with over 100 rushing yards in a shutout victory over Diablo Valley College. And even though Stern returned it to the 20-yard line, it looks like a penalty to start out, so it will be starting out at the 12-yard line for the Laney Eagles. Ryan Mackey in the shotgun. Here is the opening play from the line of scrimmage, going right over the middle, complete to the right hash mark, just inside the 30-yard line, and that is sophomore receiver Dior Walker-Scott, who's actually also seen some time at quarterback for the Laney Eagles, and he gets things going with a strong reception near the Chabot sideline, and they will get to the 33-yard line, 21-yard pass from the arm of Ryan Mackey for a first down. Now it's 1st and 10 for Laney. They move Walker-Scott over to the left side of this formation, and that is Mackey in the pistol. Play action as Mackey rolls to his left, looking downfield, looking once again for Walker-Scott, and he cannot come up with it. And that was Marlon Torrance on the coverage there for Chabot. He's looking for a strong start in this East Bay rivalry game. If you've been following Chabot over the last few weeks, you probably noticed that any opposing offense has not dared to throw in the direction of Dario Wells, and for good reason. He is one of the top turnover makers in the entire state. He has 6 interceptions leading up to tonight. Of course, he is definitely going to be a valued addition to any Division I backfield that he will join after his sophomore season. 2nd and 10 now for Laney, remains at their own 33-yard line. Laney coming out of the chute with a couple of pass plays, and they now give it off on the handout, trying to go outside left tackle. A flag comes in right at the end in the backfield, and that was Nick Vimauna, who makes the tackle in the backfield, and that was Alex Gonsalves on the carry. And the flag is a hold on Laney, and so this will back them up a few yards. It'll be a spot foul, so push them 10 yards back. Laney, of course, is led by head coach John Beam in his 8th year with this program, and is very well known around the Oakland area, not just for his success at Laney, where he brought home a state title just a season ago, but he was also a head coach at Skyline High School, where he had a lot of success during the 90s and the early 2000s. And so it looks like Chabot has declined the penalty, so this becomes a 2nd and 10. Remains at the 33-yard line, and Laney comes back in the shotgun, 4-wide receiver look. Mackey takes the snap. Going towards the far sideline, it's a completion to his receiver at the 45-yard line. He takes a few more Chabot defenders with him, but that will move the chains for another first down. And that was Tyre Brooks who made the catch near midfield. And Laney going with a pass play in 3 of their first 4 plays on this opening drive here. A little bit of a different look here than probably Chabot was anticipating. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Mackey back in the pistol. Handoff to the right side, trying to weave his way through the Chabot defense, and some good yardage there by Gonsalves as he gets to the 43-yard line for a gain of 7. In fact, last week, even though Chabot's defense had a very difficult time stopping College of San Mateo, Nainoa Keahi had one of his best games of the season, had 4 tackles and 2 sacks, and even had an interception to boot. 2nd and 3 from the Chabot 43-yard line on the right hash, 3 wide to Mackey's left. As Mackey takes the snap from the shotgun, looks immediately for Walker Scott. He makes the catch inside the 40. Wells with the tackle, but it is Walker Scott who found the sticks, ran a good enough route, and got to the 38-yard line and was tackled out of bounds, and it's another first down for Laney. So a very methodical start here for Laney on this opening drive as they have chewed off about two minutes off the clock here to get started. Two wide receivers on this formation. Aquate Morse is the H-back off to the right side from Mackey's point of view. And it's Gonsalves again with the carry as he tries to go right in between the teeth of this Chabot defense, and not a whole lot to be had there. Jeremiah Faymore leading the charge there for the Chabot defensive line. So a gain of 1 on that carry for Gonsalves. It's now 2nd and 9 for Laney as they move ever closer to the Chabot red zone. Mackey back in the shotgun now for the 2nd and 9 play. Gonsalves is right at his left hip. Walker Scott is to the right on this formation. RPO, this time it is Mackey who keeps it, and Faymore once again sniffs out that RPO and doesn't let him get very far. He gets 1 yard on that carry. Now turns into a 3rd and 8 for Laney. And we have a little bit of a fight going on here as we've got some players scuffling as we have all sorts of flags flying in. And we have some Chabot players kneeling as well, as all the players have to be separated here, and that scuffle happened well after the whistle had blown. And Mackey emerged from that pile, and his helmet was off just a little bit. And so with all the flags coming in after the play was over, we're going to have a lot to sort out here. As you can see, Mackey is on the turf with his hands up, wondering what's going on, and a lot of the scuffling start to happen there towards the end. Like I mentioned at the start of this one, this is a bit of a rivalry game between these two East Bay schools. Not only because of their close proximity, but as head coach Eric Fanene had mentioned to me earlier this week, these two schools actually battle for a lot of the same recruits to have them play football for their respective schools. So it goes much deeper than just the on-field action. So let's figure out what's going on here. We have unsportsmanlike conduct on Chabot. Another unsportsmanlike conduct again on Chabot. So those are the first two that we know of. And it appears that is all that happened there from a penalty standpoint. Our officials for tonight, speaking of which, our referee is Dan Birch. Our umpire is Mark Fagan. Head linesman is Logan Wiper. Our line judge is Lance Rogers. Our side judge is Alexander Krosky. Our field judge is Tim Brendlin. And our back judge is Ed Hirsch. So with both those unsportsmanlike penalties assessed to Chabot, this will definitely move Laney up into great field position. They were already having some great success early on with their offense. And based on the spot, this will get them inside the Chabot red zone. And this will place them at the Chabot 13-yard line. So prime opportunity for Laney to get on the board first. And it's their first trip inside the Chabot red zone tonight. And, of course, on their opening possession, that's music to the ears of John Beam, the head coach. First and 10 now from the 13-yard line. 3 wide receivers to Mackey's left. He takes the snap from the shotgun, looking at the end zone, and he finds Walker Scott towards the far sideline. Touchdown, Laney Eagles. 13 yards out from Mackey to Walker Scott, the number 1 receiver for this Laney team. And it is a opening drive touchdown for Laney with 11:21 to go. 6-0 for the Eagles. And now for the extra point, Casey Onwumeka is out for the extra point. Here is the snap, the hold. It is up, and it is good. And so 11:21 remaining in the first quarter. A successful opening drive for the Laney College Eagles as they find pay dirt and now are up 7-0 over the Chabot Gladiators. And now will be an opportunity for the Chabot offense to try to respond. And Chabot offense has had a very tough time over the last couple of weeks putting points on the board. However, their run game last week against College of San Mateo, they actually did a fine job running the football, getting over 200 yards. The only problem is Chase Kaka, the Chabot quarterback, has been struggling mightily over the last couple of weeks, throwing 6 touchdowns and actually watching his completion percentage drop from the mid-50s to around 47%. So if nothing else, this would be a great opportunity for him to right the ship and be the big playmaker that he has been for most of the season for Chabot. And so it is Onwumeka who will kick this one away from left to right. Wells is back to return this one for Chabot. And they will not kick it in his direction. Instead, it will be Torrance. Goes to the 1-yard line, and he brings it out. Goes towards the Laney sideline with a couple of cut moves. Spins away from a Laney tackler and gets to the 14-yard line. Actually, the 15 after all that. So 14-yard return for Marlon Torrance. And now the Chabot offense takes the field for the first time. And so a quick recap on that opening drive for Laney. 9 plays for 88 yards. It was capped off by that Mackey to Walker Scott touchdown from 13 yards out. And so now here is the Chabot offense, led of course by quarterback Chase Kaka. 3 wide receivers in this formation. Panove Veimau is in the formation as well. And after the snap, we have some flags flying in. May have been some movement on the line, so I'm suspecting it's a false start, and indeed that's what it is. And so that 1st and 10 becomes a 1st and 15. They back them up 5 yards. Now becomes 1st and 15. And more flags fly in as the ball is snapped. And false start once again on Chabot. And so this opening drive off to a very rocky start for the Gladiators, as they get things going with back-to-back false start penalties. So it now becomes 1st and 20 from their own 5-yard line. They still go with that 3 wide receiver look. Veimau is in the backfield with the Kaka. They send Gutierrez in motion from right to left. As a Kaka looking towards the sideline for the call. He takes the snap. Play action as he rolls to his right, looking towards the far sideline, and it slips in and out of the hands of Gutierrez at the 10. And so that is an incomplete pass to get things going. So now becomes 2nd and 20 for Chabot. And of course, this Laney defense is very tough in their own regard as well, allowing only under a shade under 300 yards of offense per night. And so yet another big challenge for this offensive unit for Chabot. 2nd and 20, they hand it to Veimau right up the gut. Inside the 15-yard line, gets to the 11-yard gash play for Panove Veimau, and that's a good start there for Chabot. Had it not been for those couple of false start penalties, probably would have been a first down run. So officially marked at the 17-yard line, so we'll call that a 12-yard gain for Weymouth. It's now 3rd and 8 for Chabot as they continue to go with that 3 wide receiver look with the H-back in the backfield. Kaka with the snap. Takes it up himself this time on the design QB run, and nothing doing there. DeMarcus Ross, the freshman linebacker, shooting through the line of scrimmage to stop a Kaka right there. And so it's no gain, and out comes the punt team for Chabot. So a bit of an ominous start here for Chabot as they were looking for a good start tonight against their East Bay rivals, but a 3-and-out on offense, primarily because of a couple of false start penalties, isn't going to do it. Kaka rolls to his right and sends the punt away. Walker Scott retreats as he was back to return this punt. He fields it anyway, even though he was surrounded by 3 Chabot defenders, and he is tackled right at the 38-yard line, and so a bit of a risky move there for Walker Scott, but thankfully no worse for the wear on that one, and Laney's offense now takes the field to try to make this a 2-score game. And so we're at 9:49 left to go here in this first quarter. Laney looking to make this 2 for 2 on their possessions of reaching the end zone. And it's Mackey in the pistol. Play action, looking to the right side, and it is complete to his receiver. That is R.J. Stern. As he gets to the 44-yard line for a gain of 6. And so Laney, who has been a bit run-heavy over the last few weeks, coming out throwing the ball all over the field right now. As Ryan Mackey, the sophomore quarterback, is getting into a good rhythm here. So that 6-yard completion to R.J. Stern now makes it a 2nd and 4 for Laney. Three wide receivers now to the left of Mackey. Gonsalves still in the backfield. He totes the rock this time around. Gets to the 47, 48-yard line before he is met by a wall of black shirts there for Chabot. And the tackle being credited to Jeremiah Faymore. As Gonsalves gets to the 47-yard line. So this looks to be a 3rd and 1 coming up for Laney as the ball is still at the left hash mark. Still keep an eye on Dior Walker-Scott. He is wide right on this formation. He has been the top target for Ryan Mackey so far in this early going. 3rd and 1, they go right up the gut. Look at the tough running by Gonsalves trying to spin away from a couple of Chabot tacklers. That was Tyrone Simmons Jr. who ended up bringing him down, but not before Gonsalves gets into Chabot territory to the 47-yard line, and it's another first down for Laney. And so it's now 1st and 10 at the Chabot 47. 3 wide receivers to the right of Mackey. He's in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls downfield for the throw. It is incomplete, intended for Tyre Brooks, who is running down the near sideline, right in the direction of Dario Wells. And so that incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 8:12 here in the first quarter. Laney already out to a 7-0 lead after Mackey found Walker Scott in the end zone from 13 yards out for the opening touchdown tonight. Second and 10 now. Aquate Morris is the H-back in this formation. Gonsalves in the backfield with Mackey. Handoff goes to Mackey as he jump cuts to the left side, gets to the 40, and brings a couple of Chabot defenders with him, and looks like that was Jakazi Duro who was jumping up, thinking he may have almost had a fumble that was created there, but Gonsalves with some good ball security, especially going into that Chabot defense. He gets to the 40-yard line. Now becomes a 3rd and 2 after that 8-yard run. 3rd and 3, rather. So correction on that one. It's now 3rd and 3 from the Chabot 40. Here's Mackey in the pistol. And they go right back to Gonsalves. He falls forward inside the 40-yard line. And they're going to credit Apakasi Faleme with the tackle. And he gets to the 38, but it's about a yard short, so it becomes 4th and 1. It would be a 55-yard field goal attempt from here, but the offense does stay on the field, so they will go for it. 4th and 1. This could be a big opportunity for a stop for Chabot. And they may have gotten it. This is going to be very, very close. And this was Gonsalves with the carry, but based on the angle, it's going to be very close to see if he got it or not. And he ends up short of the first down marker, and so Chabot defense comes through and stands up tall on the 4th down conversion attempt, and now they will get the ball back with still a chance to tie this one up here early in the first quarter with Laney ahead 7-0. And now Chabot's offense takes over at their own 38-yard line after a big defensive sequence there to stop Gonsalves short of that first down. Let's see if they can bring that momentum back to the offensive side of the ball. Crankfield on the fly sweep. Gets to the outside around the 40. Tries the stiff arm and is tackled out of bounds at the 42. And that was Abdul Holland, who came over from the safety position to make the tackle. Crankfield has been battling some injuries this week, but it's good to see him out there as he got to the 43 officially. He's dealing with a bruised heel, but he is all go there. So 2nd and 5, the handout to Isaiah. Nehemiah Mclamb gets to the 46 and is driven back by that Laney defense. I'll tell you what, that is just gang tackling at its finest. And DeMarcus Ross, again, right there in the middle of it all. But they do give Mclamb forward progress to the 46. So that does become a 3rd and 2, so pretty manageable here for Chabot. Ball remains in between the hashes as we come up on 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Early movement, all sorts of chaos right there at the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to get Chabot with another false start again. And indeed, it is a false start on Chabot, so some mental mistakes plaguing the Gladiators offense early on. That's the 3rd false start penalty that they've had just in the first quarter, and this is just their 2nd drive of the night. So back Chabot up to their own 42-yard line, becomes a 3rd and 7. Kaka in the shotgun. And that's Nehemiah, and that is Mclamb with him in the backfield. Move him around from right to left. Play action, going over the middle. Tanner Wright had it, but it goes into the hands of a Laney defender instead. That is an interception. Unbelievable instincts there by the Laney defense to come up with that interception. And that was Tayati Harris who came up with that one and just plucked it out of the air. And so Kaka's struggles continue. That's his 7th interception over the last 3 weeks. But the way you have to look at it, that may be on the shoulders of Tanner Wright for not coming down with that catch. And so with the turnover, Laney in great field position. 5:33 left to go in this first quarter. They now have a chance to make this a 2-score game. Mackey in the shotgun on this one. 1st and 10. Tried to find his receiver at the far side of things. That is an incompletion instead. And that was Tyre Brooks, who was the intended receiver. So now the incompletion makes it 2nd and 10 for the Laney Eagles. That is R.J. Stern and Tyre Brooks on the left side of the formation. Dior Walker-Scott is in the slot to the right. On 2nd and 10, this is a handoff up the middle. And that is some tough running there by the Laney running back. That is Gonsalves on the carry. Gets to the Chabot 49-yard line, but that was a very tough 3 yards. And so now this becomes 3rd and 7 for Laney. And Maurice Lloyd out wide to the right on this one. Mackey takes the snap right around chest level, avoids the pressure from the Chabot linebacker, and he's going to have to get this first down himself with the legs. And he gets inside the 40-yard line, gets to the 38. That is more than enough as he avoided the pressure from Pokipala Waiohu, but Mackey getting the first down with his legs and keeps this Laney drive alive. .437 and counting here in the first quarter. Laney ahead 7-0. Credited by a Mackey touchdown pass to Walker Scott to get it to 7-0. Now they're looking to stretch this to 2 scores. 1st and 10. It's an RPO. Mackey takes it himself this time and gains maybe 1 yard on that run to the left side. And on the tackle, that was Anthony James on the pursuit of Mackey, and it ends up being no gain on that play for Laney. And so now it becomes 2nd and 10 with under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Now going back to the pistol formation here. Mackey with the play action. That's going to be a rollout to his right. It's a completion to his receiver in the flat. And going out of bounds, that was Aquate Morris. He is the H-back / tight end in this formation, and he gets some solid yards as he's pushed out of bounds to the 30. So with that completion, it now becomes 3rd and 1 as Laney is really sniffing the Chabot red zone now. Now becomes 3rd and 2 from the Chabot 30-yard line. Mackey in the pistol. And they give it right to Gonsalves again. He does get the first down as he is brought down at the 28-yard line of Chabot. And Ty Wynn is credited with the tackle, but not before Laney moves the chains again. So they'll officially mark it at the Chabot 27 now. It's 1st and 10 for Laney here at this position. Ball on the right hash mark. Here is Mackey. Gives it off to Gonsalves again. And gets to the 25-yard line. And that is Famore who comes up from the pile. He makes the tackle there on the running back. And so Laney reverting to their run-heavy ways here on their 3rd possession of this quarter as they try to make this a 2-score game. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in the first. And checking in a receiver is Damar Johnson. He is wide to the right on this one. So 3 wide set. They move Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looks to the left, looking away, and it is batted away out in the air by Ty Wynn. And he's probably feeling like he could have come up with an interception instead, but good play there and some good instincts by the sophomore safety to read that one out of the hand of Mackey. So that incompletion stops the clock at 1:50 to go. Now becomes a 3rd and 7. Third and 7 coming up here for Laney. As Mackey takes the snap, feels the pressure from Chabot as he rolls to his right, lifting it towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. However, Jakazi Duro was the closest player there to the ball as there was no Laney receiver in sight. And so that incompletion makes it 4th and 7 We're now looking at 1:42 left here in the first quarter as Laney is still trying to make this a 2-score game. As the offense stays on the field, does Chabot have another 4th down stop in them? Mackey with Gonsalves in the backfield. They send Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey with a snap from the shotgun, finds Walker Scott, slips a tackle to the 15-yard line, gets to the 14, and Wells was not able to stop him this time, and so it's another 1st down for the Laney Eagles. And so they're now inside the Chabot red zone for the 2nd time this quarter. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Minute 20 to go here in this first quarter. As Laney is looking to get to the end zone for the 2nd time and put some distance between themselves and their rivals from Hayward. Mackey in the pistol. Takes the snap. Gonsalves with the jump cut. Tries to go to the right side this time, and Chris Baco's waving his arms saying, nope, you're not getting by me this time. So a very long, methodical drive here for Laney as they've gotten to the 15-yard line at this point. That run by Gonsalves is the 11th play and counting on this drive here for Laney. Merle Bass is checking in. He is now at receiver, wide right. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking for Bass to the end zone, and he made the catch in the near corner. Touchdown, Laney Eagles from 15 yards out. So Merle Bass checks in and gets some work right away. That is Mackey's 2nd touchdown pass of the night. It's now 13-0 Laney. And Merle Bass, that is his 3rd touchdown catch of the season. And Onwumeka is now out for the extra point. RJ Stern is the holder. There's the snap. The kick is up. And it is good. And so it's now 14-0 Laney College with 20.9 seconds to go here in this first quarter. As Chabot not able to stop them on 4th down. Let's take a look at that touchdown pass here. Mackey taking the snap, and it's a bit of a fade route to Bass. And he actually beat Dario Wells, who was on the coverage there, which not too many people can say they have done all season long. So that touchdown play caps off a 12-play, 52-yard drive for Laney, as they have found the end zone on their 3rd possession of this quarter. And so Onwumeka out to kick this one away. Torrance and Wells back to return this one for Chabot. Onwumeka skies this one. Wells is into the end zone this time, but he will bring it out himself. And tries to make something happen, but only gets to the 17-yard line. So Chabot's offense takes over there with 15 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. So enough time for 1, maybe 2 plays, depending on what they call. So 1st and 10 for Chabot at their own 17-yard line as they have taken the field now. They really need a touchdown here to keep this within a 1-score game. Kaka takes the snap. Finding his H-back out in the flat, and that is Emerson Freeman, who could not reel it in. And he had a lot of space in front of him. It was a good drawn-up play there by Chabot. But unfortunately, Freeman could not reel that in, and so that incompletion kind of stings a little bit, as that could have been a very big spark of a play there for the Chabot offense. Now 2nd and 10, 9.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Going up with 3 wide receivers to Akaka's right. Instead, they give it to Vaymau. right outside right tackle. Good run there by the sophomore running back. Gets to the 27-yard line, and that is most likely going to be the final play of the first quarter. And that 10-yard run by Weymouth is a first down for Chabot, so a bit of a better start here on this third drive of the night for the Gladiators, but they still have a lot of work to do as they currently trail the Laney College Eagles by a score of 14-0. This broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms. Locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp. Overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/camp for more details. Opening play of the second quarter is a handoff up the middle, as Chabot once again trying to get that run game established. As that was Weymouth trying to run between the tackles, but not a whole lot to be had there. So no gain on that play, makes it second and actually a loss of 1 there. So second and 11 now for Chabot. Kaka back in the shotgun. It's an end around to Crankfield. Making a couple of cuts there as he is to the 34-yard line. A flag comes in right at the end as Kentrell Pierce made the tackle. So the flag came in at the 34-yard line right around the place where Crankfield was tackled. And so we await the call there. A personal foul. It's a cut block against Chabot, and so Chabot having a lot of issues trying to stay away from the penalties here. And some of the coaching staff on Chabot's sideline having their hands on their heads. They can't believe it. And so they back the ball up to the 19-yard line. It's a second and long. And so it will be a second and 19 coming up here for Chabot. They got a lot of work to do here. Kaka drops back. Screen pass to Weymouth, but that was sniffed out right away. Laney was not fooled on that one as Weymouth was hit instantaneously after he caught the ball. And that was L.J. Anderson who made the tackle there as soon as Weymouth caught the screen pass. And so no gain there, makes it 3rd and 18 after that screen pass. Kaka back in the pistol. Handoff to Weymouth once again, and nothing doing there for Chabot as the Laney defense making a good stop on that one. And that was Amir Mujahid who makes the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And so Laney's defense does its job as they hold Chabot's offense to minimal gains there, and they are forced to punt this one away. Kaka is out to punt with Walker Scott back to return. Here's the snap. Kaka to his right. He punts this one away. Walker Scott retrieves it. He's actually going to watch it bounce. It takes a slightly favorable Laney bounce. And they spot it at the 49-yard line. And so Laney once again taking over with very good field position. And now they have a chance to make this a 3-score game and really put Chabot on the ropes here in the first half. And so they've moved the official spot to midfield. So Laney gets the start at the 50-yard line. So what was good starting position was just made even better. Mackey in the shotgun. They move Johnson from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looking to the right side. Nice diving catch there by Damar Johnson as Duro had to make the tackle. It was a bit underthrown by Mackey, but a good read by Damar Johnson to come back for that one. And so it's a 9-yard gain for Johnson on that catch. So slightly short of the first down marker, but it's a second and a very short one. As Laney continues to move down the field, they have a chance to make this a 3-score game. And really force Chabot to go outside of their game plan. Handoff right up the middle, and it goes to the 34-yard line. That is a first down and then some for this Laney offense. And that was Keyshawn Ashford who gets his first carry of the night, and that was a good one. Now becomes 1st and 10 at the Chabot 34-yard line. Play action. Mackey to Aquate Morris in the flat. Gets to the 30-yard line and is tackled right there as Dario Wells comes over from the corner position to make the tackle in front of the Laney sideline. So a 4-yard gain there for Laney on that completion to Morris. Now becomes 2nd and 6 as they move up to the 30-yard line. That is Ashford in the backfield once again. They're giving Gonsalves a breather. And Ashford will take it once again, going towards the right tackle side of things, and doesn't get much. He's cut down after a 2-yard gain as Nick Vimauta comes away from the pile, leading the charge for the defensive line. And so some substitutions here for the Chabot defense. It's a 3rd and 4 that's coming up. Very manageable down and distance for the Laney offense. Mackey in the pistol. Looks to the left. It's a snap, and it's going to go towards the left side. Athletic catch by Walker Scott to the 13-yard line, and Rushing had to make a tackle there just to stop him from going any further. And unfortunately, Walker Scott is writhing in a lot of pain and is having a hard time getting up. And when I say writhing in pain, he is just in a whole world of hurt right there near the Chabot sideline, and is having a very hard time putting weight on that right leg. And so it looks to be an injury to either his ankle or his foot. All we know is that after Najee Rushing made that tackle, Walker Scott was immediately in a lot of pain, and this is a big loss here for Laney because Walker Scott has been their top receiver all season long. And so we hope that Walker Scott is okay. As mentioned earlier, he did look to be in a lot of pain after that play had concluded. He did make the catch to make a first down, however, for Laney, as they're now in the red zone for the 3rd time tonight already. They're at the Chabot 14-yard line here. They're threatening to make this a 3-score game. We're coming up on 10:45 left in the first half here on NorCal Sports TV. Mackey in the pistol. That is Ashford in the backfield with him. And they give it to Ashford. Going towards the right side of that line, but he cut back toward the left, and he's tackled at the 9. And we're going to credit Anthony James with the tackle on that sequence. And so they get a 3-yard run there. So 2nd and 7 coming up for Laney, as they are very close to this end zone here. Mackey, play action, rolls to his right, looking for a target in the end zone, and it is caught near the far corner. Touchdown, Laney. R.J. Stern from 9 yards out goes near the goal line. He makes the snag. It's now 20-0 in favor of Laney. And now R.J. Stern with a touchdown catch tonight, his 4th touchdown of the season. And that is a capper on that drive that started from the 50-yard line. Onwumeka out for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. And so 9:53 left to go, and it is a little bit of panic time for Chabot as they're now down 21-0. Let's take a look at that play here. A little play action and a good out route there by Stern. Right around the goal line there, he made himself open to make the catch. A good athletic route there by R.J. Stern, and that is the 3rd touchdown pass of the night already for Ryan Mackey. You have to give him credit for a lot of this. He has looked very efficient, and he has looked very much in control of this Laney offense. That ends up being a 7-play, 50-yard drive for Laney. And what may be a telling stat here as well is that every time Laney has gotten into the red zone, they have converted for a touchdown every single time. So 3 trips to the red zone, and that is 3 touchdowns, and you'll take that every single time. In fact, coming into this one, of their 37 trips to the red zone, 17 have gone for touchdowns, which 46% isn't bad, but you'll definitely want to take the 3 for 3. Casey Onwumeka back to kick this one away from right to left. Sends this one into the Hayward sky. Wells sets up at the 4 and brings it out around the right hash mark. Tries to go upfield towards the Laney sideline inside the 20-yard line and gets to the 23 as he is tackled there. And so now Shabo will probably have to reach into their bag of tricks a little bit. It is going to be very important for them to reach the end zone here to try to get this back to a 2-score deficit. Still have a lot of time left here in this first half, 9:46 to go, but with each possession, it's becoming more and more important that they put points on the board. We're getting things started at their own 23-yard line. Isaiah Nehemiah Mclamb with the carry, and not a whole lot doing there for the running back, and that is some great gang tackling there by the Laney defense. That was Nick Patterson, the sophomore linebacker, who made the stop. So 1-yard gain for Mclamb. It's now 2nd and 9 for Chabot at their own 24. That is a Kaka in the pistol. He takes the snap, rolls to his right. Looking down the field for Tanner Wright. He's got it, and he juggles it and makes the catch anyway. A hold-your-breath moment for Tanner Wright, but that's the big play that Chabot was looking for. Wright pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and a big first down for Chabot. Well, there's been a big issue with Chabot receivers dropping passes, and you have to credit Tanner Wright for sticking with that one because that could have been a very devastating drop if that had hit the turf. 1st and 10 now at the 35-yard line. Mclamb to the right side. Some tough running there as he gets to the 29-yard line. And he is eventually dragged down there. So a 6-yard gain for Mclamb. And that was Timmy Dorsey who made the tackle. And Chabot to the Laney 29-yard line. This is the best drive they have had all night, and it comes at a good time for them, too. They really need some points here. 4 wide receivers out. Hand off to Mclamb once again. Gets forward to the 25, and that is where he is tackled. And the tackle made by Jack Lutz, the sophomore linebacker. And it's now to the Laney 25. That was enough for a first down. So Chabot finally getting some momentum here on offense. It had been hard to find on their early drives. Kaka rolls to his left, finds his receiver. That is Riggins to the 15-yard line. And that should be enough for another first down. He was very much near the first down marker. And that is indeed another first down for Chabot, and they go right back to the line of scrimmage. They are not wasting any time. Kaka in the shotgun with Mclamb right at his left hip. And it's actually a 2nd and 1, and it's a Kaka this time on the RPO. He takes it up the middle. Gets to the 13-yard line, and that is enough for a first down, so move those chains right over. So this is Chabot's first time in the Laney red zone. Picking up a little momentum here as we're coming up on 7 minutes left here in the first half. Laney up 21-0 thanks to 3 touchdown passes from Ryan Mackey. Kaka in the pistol, sending Crankfield in motion. They give it to Mclamb. Goes to the left side of the line, and it is promptly met by Katoni Tao, the freshman defensive end. And they'll give him maybe 1 yard if that. And so a 1-yard gain takes Chabot to the Laney 14-yard line. 2nd and 9 coming up here for Chabot. They keep Mclamb in the backfield with a Kaka. And some movement on the line, so we have some whistles and some penalty flags come in. And a false start again on Chabot. This has really been hampering a lot of their drives all night long so far. So a 2nd and 9 becomes a 2nd and 14. Back them up to the Laney 19-yard line. Chabot in some desperate need of points here as they've dug themselves a 21-0 hole early on. Kaka takes the snap. Rolls to his right, tries to extend the play. And is going to heave this one towards the end zone. This was going back out of the end zone. Crankfield with an admirable effort to try to make the catch, but he was well out of bounds. So it is an incompletion there as Kentrell Pierce was on the coverage. And so that false start penalty really looming large here as that probably altered the play call that head coach Eric Fanene was wanting. And so now it becomes a 3rd and 14. You have to argue that this is 4-down territory for Chabot. A field goal is not going to cut it here as they try to get their way back into this game. Kaka, play action. It's a screen to Crankfield, and they're going to throw it to the end zone. Tanner Wright, he's got it! Touchdown, Chabot! Some gadgetry there from the Chabot playbook, and it's Crankfield with the touchdown pass to Tanner Wright from 19 yards out. Oh, my! That was a thing of beauty. And so it's 21-6 Laney with the extra point coming up. Here is Pablo Rico ready to kick the extra point. Here is the snap, but Kaka gets the hold down. The kick is up, and it is good. So it's 6:01 left to go in this first half. Chabot finally off the schneid. They get onto the scoreboard. And they reach into their bag of tricks to do so. A wide receiver pass to Tanner Wright, courtesy of Gennaro Crankfield. And it now makes this a 2-score game, and still Chabot with a puncher's chance against their rivals from Oakland. You got to credit Tanner Wright for slipping that coverage a little bit there. And finally, a jolt of life there on the Chabot sideline. And hey, I got to tell you, Crankfield, that was a nice throw. It was pretty good. Pablo Rico kicking this one away. It's a squibber going up towards the 20-yard line. And that is R.J. Stern, who is going to bring this one upfield, and he's going to continue to bring some people with him and gets to the 41-yard line. And so Laney once again with good starting field position. And so that was Stern. It's a 22-yard kick return off the squibber from Rico. And so Chabot's defense with a big opportunity to make a stop to try to get their offense back, the ball back, and try to cut into this deficit a little further. Here is Mackey in the shotgun, and they go right upfield once again. Right up the middle, that is Gonsalves with the carry, and that time it was Nainoa Keahi who comes through to make the tackle. So a 1-yard gain there for Laney as they go right back to Alex Gonsalves. Gonsalves, who actually had 138 yards and a touchdown on 20 carries against Diablo Valley last week. He has really had the lion's share of the carries here tonight. 2nd and 9 for Laney. Here's the snap. It's a play action. Screen pass to another running back there. And that is more than enough for another first down. And that's actually Nick Robinson, the tight end there for Laney, who made the catch on that screen. And it's enough to move the chains for another first down. So now Laney back into Chabot territory again. So we're at the Chabot 47-yard line. Is Laney trying to get that 1 touchdown back. Mackey in the pistol. And he's going to keep it himself this time as he goes toward the Laney sideline as Bacos chased him out of bounds. And he gets to the 44-yard line, and so we'll call that a gain of 3. And a Laney player was a bit slow to get up. And he goes back to the turf again as he's probably going to need some attention on the medical side of things. And I believe that is L.J. Anderson who was a bit slow to get up and going to the Laney sideline. Hopefully he's okay. 2nd and 7 now for Laney as Gonsalves is back into the game. And Gonsalves takes the carry again, gets to the 39-yard line. A good run there for Laney. Makes it a 3rd and manageable down and distance. Under 4 minutes remaining here as Chabot was able to cut into this lead just now, 21-7, thanks to some gadgetry there from Gennaro Crankfield, a 19-yard touchdown pass. But Laney is threatening to get that touchdown right back. 3rd and 2. Screen pass to Johnson. He eludes the tackle from Duro and does get by the first down marker into the 33-yard line. And so nice moves there from Damar Johnson after catching the wide receiver screen. And that is enough for another first down. Laney now at the Chabot 33-yard line, 3:23 and counting until halftime. Chabot will receive the opening kickoff of the second half, however, so Laney trying to capitalize on this opportunity here. Mackey looking for Johnson on the screen, but instead he just chucks it to the sideline and throws it away. Made me think maybe there was a miscommunication there because Johnson was ready for the screen pass, but instead he watched the ball sail over his head to the Laney sideline. So now it's a 2nd and 10 for Laney. Clock stopped at 3:09. And some whistles, and we have some movement on the line of scrimmage. And this time it's Laney that gets flagged for a false start. So now the shoe is on the other foot in the proverbial sense. That false start now makes it a 2nd and 15 for Laney. They get backed up to the Chabot 38-yard line. Mackey in the pistol with Gonsalves in the backfield, and they do give it to Gonsalves. Actually, that's a different running back, I beg your pardon, but it doesn't matter because Keahi was there to make the tackle. That was Harold Tidwell on the carry, but not much doing there. He probably even lost a yard, if that. So loss of 1 makes that a long third down. It's 3rd and 16 for Laney. No doubt a passing down here. Mackey in the shotgun with Tidwell. Drops back for the throw, feels the pressure, has to step up in the pocket. And a nice completion to his receiver, well short of the first down marker, however. That was Merle Bass, who he found for a touchdown earlier tonight. Did make a nice catch in the teeth of that Chabot defense, but only got to the 25-yard line, which is 2 yards short of a first down. You have to give credit to Mackey. He was able to sense that pressure and step up in the pocket because that Chabot defensive line was really breathing down his neck. So it now becomes a 4th and 2. Decision time here for head coach John Beam. His kicker Casey Onwumeka is 7 of 10 of field goals on the season. His long is from 48. And so with where they're currently at right now, this would be a 42-yard field goal attempt. And head coach John Beam will call a timeout to talk things over. Broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms. Locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp. Overnight, week-long basketball camp for boys and girls. Coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/camp for more details. And so a big 4th down here coming up for the Laney College Eagles. They try to stretch this back to a 3-score game before halftime. They're at the Chabot 25-yard line, and it appears that their offense will stay on the field. If they did go with a field goal, this would have been well within Onwumeka's range, as his long on the season has been from 48. And we have a whistle as both teams are lining up, and it's Chabot that takes a timeout this time. A little bit of an interesting factoid here. The fascination of what's been going on tonight is there's also an appearance here by the Netflix crew of Last Chance U. Now, if you're not familiar with what Last Chance U is, it is a documentary that is produced by Netflix, and a lot of their filming crew is actually here tonight at Chabot. So a lot of intrigue and a lot of extra anticipation because of the arrival of Laney College, as they have been the subject of Season 5 of Last Chance U. So needless to say, for those of you who have been avid followers of that documentary, once this season has been completed, it's going to be very interesting to see how that all came together for this past season, especially with Laney just winning a state title just a season ago. Back to action here. 4th and 2 coming up. Mackey, play action, rolls to his right, goes towards Robinson. It is incomplete. A big batted away pass there by Tyrone Simmons Jr. And so that is the second time the Chabot defense has stood tall on a 4th down conversion. And with 1:39 left to go, Chabot has an opportunity to make this a 1-score game. So now Chabot takes over at their own 25-yard line. They have 1:39 to go. They still have 2 timeouts. So very much a doable situation here to try to get to the red zone. And here is a Kaka in the shotgun. They are going to spread him out. 4 wide receivers. Crankfield is in motion. He takes the carry on the end around to the 30, cuts back upfield to the 35-yard line, makes a couple of people miss and gets to the 45-yard line and is eventually tackled at the 47. A big run there by Gennaro Crankfield, and it's a big first down for Chabot. A 22-yard run there by Crankfield to get things going. 1:30 to go. And they give it to Vaymal this time. It's actually a keeper by Kaka. He had everybody fooled. He gets to the 30, slips away from a couple of tackles. He's at the 20. He's still on his feet. Kaka Tackled out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Now officially to the 13. And look out, here comes the Chabot offense. What a big run by Kaka. Chabot now into the Laney red zone for the second time tonight. And we have a timeout on the field. Timeout called by Chabot. 1:18 left to go. They still have 2 timeouts, so a lot of different options for them as to how they can attack here with the second trip to the red zone. In fact, they converted for a touchdown their last time in there. Let's take a look at this end around here to Crankfield that got everything started. You just see how dangerous he is with those quick lateral moves as he just slipped right by some of the Laney defenders. And then, how about this run by Kaka? Not to be denied. Shook off at least 3 Laney defenders from what I could see there. But you can see right there again just how dynamic of a playmaker Kaka is. And these last couple of drives, you can really sense that his confidence is growing quite a bit. Even though he hasn't really been throwing a whole lot and he does have an interception tonight, I can probably bet you that this run game success that they're having right now may open up some opportunities for him to really attack this Laney secondary. So 1st and 10 for Chabot at the Laney 13-yard line. Handoff goes to Vaimau once again, and he is stopped almost immediately. And that was Jack Lutz with the tackle as he met Vaimau promptly at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on that one. Now 2nd and 10. We're at the final minute of the first half. Still plenty of time for Chabot. Here is Gutierrez in motion. Play action as Kaka rolls to his right. Goes over the middle of the field, and it's to the right again in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Chabot. How about that for a quick drive? Exactly what Chabot needed. Kaka to right from 13 yards out. It's now 21-13 Laney, pending the extra point. Kaka and Wright hooking up once again for a big play. Here is Pablo Rico with the extra point. It is up and it is good. So how about a 4-play, 75-yard drive where they get to the end zone and Chabot creating some red zone magic of their own. That is 2 trips to the red zone and 2 touchdowns to boot, and they are back in this game. And look at just the rope that Kaka put that one on to find right in the back of the end zone. Great play there as Laney had to really play back on their heels after Kaka burned them on that run to set that whole thing up. .9 seconds to go in this first half. An evening that started out very dreary for the Chabot College Gladiators as they were down 21-0, but lo and behold, their offense has found some magic yet again, and they have scored back-to-back touchdowns. They are now at 21-14 with 46.9 seconds to go. And there is the kickoff return by R.J. Stern right around the 30-yard line, going to the 32. In good field position here from Laney to get things going. 40 seconds to go before halftime. So with Laney having to kick off to start the second half, we will definitely have to see what they decide to do with these last couple of plays. Ball is placed at the 31-yard line for Laney. And the Chabot defense really starting to feel some momentum going back their way now as they've had a couple of 4th down stops. That last one turning into points. Mackey in the shotgun now. Takes the snap. Looking towards the far sideline. Navigates the pocket. And has to throw that one away. It is incomplete. That landed around the Chabot sideline, and then so that becomes a 2nd and 10. Clock stops at 33.8 seconds to go. And that pass intended for Maurice Lloyd. 2nd and 10 now, 33.8 seconds to go. Laney still going with that 4 wide receiver formation. The aforementioned Maurice Lloyd is out to the left on this formation. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, goes towards the far sideline, and is batted away, but somehow still caught near the Laney sideline, and that was a big heads-up play by Damar Johnson. Big heads-up play after Jakazi Duro batted that one in the air, but Johnson having the presence of mind to make the catch. A big first down and a bit of a break there for Laney. And we have a Chabot player that is a bit slow to get up. He has to go to the turf, and a stoppage in play here. And unfortunately, that is Anthony James, who is down on the turf, and he's made a couple of big plays tonight. And for a Chabot team that has been battling injuries all season long, this would be a big loss if he misses any extended period of time. We will have a pause here in our broadcast as the training staff tends to Anthony James. We hope it is nothing serious. Let's take a look at the replay of that last throw. Batted up in the air by Duro, but you could see Damar Johnson was there ready for it. Sort of a case of right place, right time. So we will take a pause here on NorCal Sports TV as Anthony James is being tended to by the training staff. Actually, they're helping him up, which is a good sign there. And he seems to be walking off on his own power. So a bit of a sigh of relief here for the Chabot fans and their players, seeing that he is okay. But now Laney has a big opportunity to make this a 2-score game again before halftime. 25.7 seconds to go. Here is Mackey in the shotgun. Mackey, the snap, drops back, feels the pressure, has to just throw this one away. There was nobody open, and good pressure on that defense, on the defensive package there, as Vimauna was able to bring the heat there. And unfortunately, now it looks like we have a Laney player that is a bit slow to get up. And we have a stoppage in play as we're trying to identify who the Laney player is that is down on the ground right now. And if I am correct, it was a number 70, and unfortunately on Laney's roster, there's not a 70 listed. Unless that is a 78. If that is a 78, that's Jared Dexter, the left tackle for Laney. Of course, the angle that we have, it's hard to tell if that's a 0 or an 8. It's 73, I beg your pardon. So that is Zachary Walsh, one of the offensive linemen who was down for a moment. And so that incompletion by Mackey makes it 2nd down. And it looks as if there was a penalty on Laney because they backed him all the way out there. So it's 3rd down. It may have been intentional grounding now that I'm thinking about it. Which is very interesting because there was not a flag thrown, at least not that I saw one. I just got confirmation that there was a flag, so my guess is that it was intentional grounding because Mackey just threw that one away. And so ball is backed out to the Laney 46-yard line, 21.3 seconds left. Still a 1-score game in Laney's favor, but now it's a 3rd and 20 coming up for the Eagles. And so there is a 10-second runoff here. So we're coming up on 10 seconds left in the first half. So this may be the final play of the first half, which is unfortunate because these latest spat of injuries has kind of put a stop to the momentum of this game, and this has been really good, especially within the last few minutes. So we're now at 11 seconds left, 3rd and 20 coming up for the Laney offense. Chabot is definitely showing some pressure. They are crowding that line of scrimmage. And they let the clock run out, and that is how we will go into halftime. And so Chabot College, they will be receiving the opening kickoff of the second half, and so they are in a very good position as of right now. They were down 21-0, but have fought their way back with back-to-back touchdowns. They have made this a one-score game. We will take a break for halftime, and when we come back, we will have the second half of action from Hayward. Your score here at halftime, Laney 21, Chabot 14. More to come on NorCal Sports TV in just a few minutes. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, goes towards the far sideline, and it's batted away, but somehow 2nd and 10 now for Laney, remains at their own 33-yard line. Laney coming out of the chute with a couple of pass plays, and they now give it off on the handout, trying to go in the shotgun for wide receiver look. Mackey takes the snap, going towards the far sideline. It's a completion to his receiver at the 40. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Mackey back in the pistol. Handoff to the right side, trying to weave his way through the Chabot 43-yard line on the right hash, 3 wide to Mackey's left. As Mackey takes the snap from the shotgun, looks immediately for Walker. 3rd and 8 for Laney. And we have a little bit of a fight going on here as we've got some players scuffling as we 1st and 10 now from the 13-yard line. 3 wide receivers to Mackey's left. He takes the snap from the shotgun, looking at the end zone, and he finds Walker Scott of offense per night. And so yet another big challenge for this offensive unit for Chabot. 2nd and 20. They hand it to Weimar right up the gut. And it's Mackey in the pistol. Play action, looking to the right side, and it is complete to his receiver. It's been the top target for Ryan Mackey so far in this early going. 3rd and 1, they go right up the gut. Look at the tough running by Gonsalves, trying to is the H-back in this formation. Gonsalves in the backfield with Mackey. Handoff goes to Mackey as he jump cuts to the left side. Move him around from right to left. Play action, going over the middle. Tanner Wright had it, but it goes into the... Mackey takes the snap right around chest level, avoids the pressure from the Chabot linebacker, and he's going to have to get this first down himself here. Mackey with the play action. That's going to be a rollout to his right. It's a completion to his receiver in the flat right on this one. So 3 wide set. They move Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looks to the left, looking away, and Mackey with Gonsalves in the backfield. They send Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey with the snap from the shotgun, finds Walker Scott, slips a at receiver, wide right. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking for Bass to the end zone, and he made. Mackey in the shotgun, they move Johnson from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looking to the right side. Nice diving catch there by Dan. Mackey in the pistol. Looks to the left, it's a snap, and it's going to go towards the left side. Athletic catch by Walker as they are very close to this end zone here. Mackey, play action, rolls to his right, looking for a target in the end zone, and it is caught. That is a Kaka in the pistol. He takes the snap, rolls to his right. Looking down the field for Tanner Wright. He's got it, and he juggles it. A Kaka. Play action. It's a screen to Crankfield, and they're going to throw it to the end zone. Tanner Wright, he's got it! Mackey in the shotgun with Tidwell. Drops back for the throw, feels the pressure, has to step up in the pocket, and a nice completion to Gun. They are going to spread him out. 4 wide receivers. Crankfield is in motion. He takes the carry on the end around to the 30, cuts back upfield to the 35-yard line, makes a couple of people miss. It's actually a keeper by a Kaka. He had everybody fooled. He gets to the 30, slips away from a couple of tackles. He's at the 20. He's still on his feet. A Kaka tap. Still plenty of time for Chabot. Here is Gutierrez in motion. Play action as a Kaka rolls to his right. Goes over the middle of the field, and it's Taylor. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. Goes towards the far sideline, and it's batted away, but somehow 2nd and 10 now for Laney, remains at their own 33-yard line. Laney coming out of the chute with a couple of pass plays, and they now give it off on the handout, trying to go in the shotgun for wide receiver look. Mackey takes the snap, going towards the far sideline. It's a completion to his receiver at the 40. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Mackey back in the pistol. Handoff to the right side, trying to weave his way through the Chabot 43-yard line on the right hash, 3 wide to Mackey's left. As Mackey takes the snap from the shotgun, looks immediately for Walker. 3rd and 8 for Laney. And we have a little bit of a fight going on here as we've got some players scuffling as we 1st and 10 now from the 13-yard line. 3 wide receivers to Mackey's left. He takes the snap from the shotgun, looking at the end zone, and he finds Walker Scott of offense per night. And so yet another big challenge for this offensive unit for Chabot. 2nd and 20. They hand it to Vinyl right up the gut. And it's Mackey in the pistol. Play action, looking to the right side, and it is complete to his receiver. It's been the top target for Ryan Mackey so far in this early going. 3rd and 1, they go right up the gut. Look at the tough running by Gonsalves, trying to is the H-back in this formation. Gonsalves in the backfield with Mackey. Handoff goes to Mackey as he jump cuts to the left side. Move him around from right to left. Play action, going over the middle. Tanner Wright had it, but it goes into the... Mackey takes the snap right around chest level, avoids the pressure from the Chabot linebacker, and he's going to have to get this first down himself here. Mackey with the play action. That's going to be a rollout to his right. It's a completion to his receiver in the flat right on this one. So 3 wide set. They move Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looks to the left. Looking away, and Mackey with Gonsalves in the backfield. They send Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey with the snap from the shotgun. Finds Walker Scott. Slips a at receiver, wide right. Mackey in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking for Bass to the end zone, and he made. Mackey in the shotgun. They move Johnson from right to left. Mackey takes the snap. Looking to the right side. Nice diving catch there by Dan. Mackey in the pistol. Looks to the left. It's a snap, and it's going to go towards the left side. Athletic catch by Walker as they are very close to this end zone here. Mackey, play action. Rolls to his right, looking for a target in the end zone, and it is caught. That is a Kaka in the pistol. He takes the snap, rolls to his right. Looking down the field for Tanner Wright. He's got it, and he juggles it. A Kaka. Play action. It's a screen to Crankfield, and they're going to throw it to the end zone. Tanner Wright, he's got it! Mackey in the shotgun with Tidwell. Drops back for the throw, feels the pressure, has to step up in the pocket. And a nice completion to Gun. They are going to spread him out. 4 wide receivers. Crankfield is in motion. He takes the carry on the end around to the 30, cuts back upfield to the 35-yard line, makes a couple of people miss. Time. It's actually a keeper by Kaka. He had everybody fooled. He gets to the 30, slips away from a couple of tackles. He's at the 20. He's still on his feet. Kaka tap. Still plenty of time for Chabot. Here is Gutierrez in motion. Play action as Kaka rolls to his right. Goes over the middle of the field, and it's Taylor. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket. Goes towards the far sideline, and it's batted away, but somehow 2nd and 10 now for Laney. Remains at their own 33-yard line. Laney coming out of the chute with a couple of pass plays. And they now give it off on the handoff, trying to go in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver look. Mackey takes the snap. Going towards the far sideline. It's a completion to his receiver at the 40. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Mackey back in the pistol. Handoff to the right side, trying to weave his way through the Chabot 43-yard line on the right hash. 3 wide to Mackey's left. As Mackey takes the snap from the shotgun, looks immediately for Walker Scott. 3rd and 8 for Laney. And we have a little bit of a fight going on here as we've got some players scuffling as we 1st and 10 now from the 13-yard line. 3 wide receivers to Mackey's left. He takes the snap from the shotgun, looking at the end zone, and he finds Walker Scott. Of offense per night. And so yet another big challenge for this offensive unit for Chabot. 2nd and 20. They hand it to Vinyl right up the gut. And it's Mackey in the pistol. Play action, looking to the right side, and it is complete to his receiver. It's been the top target for Ryan Mackey so far in this early going. 3rd and 1, they go right up the gut. Look at the tough running by Gonsalves, trying to is the H-back in this formation. Gonsalves in the backfield with Mackey. Handoff goes to Mackey as he jump cuts to the left side. Move him around from right to left. Play action, going over the middle. Tanner Wright had it, but it goes into the... Mackey takes the snap right around chest level, avoids the pressure from the Chabot linebacker, and he's going to have to get this first down himself here. Mackey with the play action. That's going to be a rollout to his right. It's a completion to his receiver in the flat right on this one. So 3 wide set. They move Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looks to the left, looking away, and Mackey with Gonsalves in the backfield. They send Johnson in motion from right to left. Mackey with a snap from the shotgun, finds Walker Scott, slips a at receiver, wide right. Mackey in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking for Bass to the end zone, and he made. Mackey in the shotgun, they move Johnson from right to left. Mackey takes the snap, looking to the right side. Nice diving catch there by Dan. Mackey in the pistol. Looks to the left, it's a snap, and it's going to go towards the left side. Athletic catch by Walker, as they are very close to this end zone here. Mackey, play action, rolls to his right, looking for a target in the end zone, and it is caught. That is a Kaka in the pistol. He takes the snap, rolls to his right. Looking down the field for Tanner Wright. He's got a and he juggles it. A Kaka, play action. It's a screen to Crankfield, and they're going to throw it to the end zone for Tanner Wright. He's got it. Mackey.
In the summer of 2020. Be one of the first 75 to register for this NorCal Sports Summer Camp and get $100 off your tuition. This is to be held at the former location of the Dick Edwards Camp in Sonora, California at the Sierra Outdoor School. Week 1 Boys Camp, June 16th through 20th of 2020. Week 2 is the Girls Camp from July 7th to July 11th of 2020. It's a 5-day overnight camp with air-conditioned dorms and prepared meals included. Trainers and coaches from the NBA, college, and high school ranks will be in attendance. All games and events filmed professionally by NorCal SportsTV, allowing for film sessions, video evaluations, and individual highlights. Register with a small deposit of $99 to earn your discount and free personalized jersey upgrade. Learn more and register today at www.norcalsportstv.com/camp. In the summer of 2020. Be one of the first 75 to register for this NorCal Sports Summer Camp and get $100 off your tuition. This is to be held at the former location of the Dick Edwards Camp in Sonora, California at the Sierra Outdoor School. Week 1 Boys Camp, June 16th through 20th of 2020. Week 2 is the Girls Camp from July 7th to July 11th of 2020. It's a 5-day overnight camp with air-conditioned dorms and prepared meals included. Trainers and coaches from the NBA, college, and high school ranks will be in attendance. All games and events filmed professionally by NorCal SportsTV, allowing for film sessions, video evaluations, and individual highlights. Register with a small deposit of $99 to earn your discount and free personalized jersey upgrade. Learn more and register today at www.norcalsportstv.com/camp. In the summer of 2020. Be one of the first 75 to register for this NorCal Sports Summer Camp and get $100 off your tuition. This is to be held at the former location of the Dick Edwards Camp in Sonora, California at the Sierra Outdoor School. Week 1 Boys Camp, June 16th through 20th of 2020.
Seconds is showtime. Second half play is underway. Get your mind right. Football, 4 quarters. It's not bad. Get ready for the second half play.
Welcome back as we are ready to bring the second half of action from Chabot College in Hayward. Your score, the Laney College Eagles leading the Chabot College Gladiators 21-14. It's been quite a swing of momentum both ways. Laney jumping out to a 21-0 lead. However, Chabot fighting back to make this a one-score game, and even better for them, they get to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. So we are ready to bring this one to you on NorCal Sports TV. Philip Kern, you're on the call with the NorCal Sports TV crew. Glad you're joining us tonight. A beautiful night for football here in Hayward. The kick is away. Dario Wells at the 8-yard line brings this one out and looking to make something happen. Tackled at the 30-yard line. Out of bounds there by the Laney Special Teams unit. And so Chabot looking to ride the momentum of a couple of back-to-back touchdown drives. And they are looking to try to even this one up at 21 as we get things started in the second half. Big story of tonight has been red zone conversions, and both teams have done quite well in that regard. Laney 3 for 3 on their red zone trips, converting them into touchdowns. Chabot doing just as well, going 2 for 2 in similar situations. And now with the ball, they have an opportunity to make some magic happen. They try to make this a tie game with their rivals from Oakland. First and 10 for Chabot. They move Crankfield in motion. The handoff is to Vamau to the left side. He's got some room to run. He's to the 45, to the 50, and is tackled in Laney territory at the 45-yard line. That was a big run there by Panove Vamau, and potentially a big tackle to stop a touchdown run. And that was Hamilton Darwin making the tackle, but I'll tell you what, Panove Vamau, he was shot out of a cannon. And the run once again, they go right back to Vamau. It's 1 yard forward this time, so it becomes 2nd and 9. I'll tell you what, that was a big jolt of energy there with Panove Vamau, who had been bottled up a little bit as of late, but he did get 78 yards and a touchdown against College of San Mateo last week. But you can definitely tell Chabot coming out with a lot of confidence right out of the gate here in the second half. Kaka in this 2nd and 9 coming into the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his right. Tanner Wright all by himself on the left. Wright has 2 touchdowns tonight, so definitely look out for him. Crankfield in the slot to the right. Kaka takes the snap. Steps up in the pocket, looking for Tanner Wright again. What a catch by Tanner Wright near the sideline, and they will say he got the feet down. No, it's incomplete. Oh, that was so close. That would have been a highlight reel catch by Tanner Wright. He had the hold on it, but could not get the feet down. It is incomplete. It's now 3rd and 9 coming up, but a good throw by Kaka, but Tanner Wright couldn't quite fight through the coverage. 3rd and 9, Kaka in the pistol, rolls to his right, looks downfield. There is a flag on the play, looking at the end zone, and touchdown Chabot. If there is a flag, no, but they're saying it's an incomplete pass. But with the flag at the line of scrimmage, let's see what the penalty is. Pass intended for Rashard Washington, streaking down the far sideline. And it looked to be a hold on Chabot. Laney declines it. It will be a 4th and 9. Well, no, actually it looks like they're going to accept the call. So initially from what it looked like Laney was going to decline the penalty, but I stand corrected there. So push Chabot back to their own 46-yard line. They need to get to the Laney 36 for a first down. So it is now 3rd and 20 coming up here. Movement on the line. No flag, however. Look at deep for Tanner Wright. Look out. Oh, and let him just a bit too much. That would have been a great play as Laprel Boyd was a step or two behind him. But Chase Kaka put a little too much on that one. That would have been another big play for Tanner Wright. But unfortunately, it let him a bit too much. And now the punting team comes out for Chabot. A drive that had so much promise, it malfunctions because of the holding penalty on Chabot. And penalties have been a bit of a problem tonight for Chabot. In spite of all that, they are still within 1 score of Laney. And so it is Kaka who is out to punt. And that is fumbled in out of the hands of Snell. That is R.J. Stern, I beg your pardon. And nearly recovered by Shabo, but R.J. Stern lucky enough to fall on top of that one, but that could have been disastrous for Laney. And now becomes 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line, but a hold-your-breath moment there for the Laney special teams unit. First and 10 now for Laney as they get the ball to start out. Here is Gonsalves with the handoff. Around left tackle to the 20. To the 25-yard line and is tackled out of bounds near his own sideline. And they mark him at the 24-yard line, it looks like. And there is a flag towards the end, and they're going to get Laney for a hold. And so they will replay this first down. So it is a spot foul. So it's now 2nd and 17 now for Laney. Second and 19 officially. Here is Mackey in the shotgun. Takes the snap. It's a completion to his receiver. That is Bass. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe plus 2 yards on that one. And so now this becomes a 3rd down. We're a little bit confused here because initially we thought with the holding penalty it would be 1st down again. And now they've corrected it. It's now 2nd down, but now they've gone back to 3rd down. We'll get this figured out, I promise. All sorts of confusion here in the Chabot press box tonight, and we're all having a good laugh over it too. 2nd and 8 now for Laney at their own 19-yard line. Chabot looking to bring some pressure on the right side. Gonsalves with the handoff. Breaks out away from the line of scrimmage. High steps it to the 40-yard line, and Marlon Torrance will drag him out to the sideline, and he has a little bit of words there with Gonsalves as Gonsalves is thumping his chest right in his direction, but a penalty flag did come out towards the end of that play. So some speculation as to what that flag might be. It landed around the 40-yard line, and that was more than enough for the 1st down when Gonsalves reached that point. And they're going to get Laney again with another penalty. So it now remains 2nd down. We're determining the distance here as we speak. You can see just how intense that rivalry is as Alex Gonsalves and Marlon Torrance were chirping at each other back and forth. And, of course, that is right in front of the Laney sideline, too. Even Gonsalves adding a little extra thump of the chest. And he's had a pretty solid game himself as well. And so that is assessed at the spot of the foul. And so that puts Laney up at the 25-yard line. And so this becomes a very manageable 2nd down here for Laney. Becomes 2nd and 3 as they need to get to the Chabot 28 for a 1st down. Second and 3 here. Mackey from the shotgun. Completion to the 30-yard line. And that was Tyre Brooks who makes the catch. Puts himself forward to the 33, and that is enough for a 1st down. Brooks has been pretty heavily utilized in this offense tonight, and Mackey continues to look his way. R.J. Stern is out wide to the left, and a flag just came in right now. And an illegal substitution on Laney, and so back them up a few yards as Head coach John Beam is talking to one of the officials. He wants a little explanation on where that flag came from. And so that 5-yard penalty puts them back to their own 28-yard line. 1st and 15 coming up here for Laney. Gonsalves in the backfield with Mackey. 1st and 15, and they do give it to Gonsalves on the end around to the left side, and good pursuit by the Chabot defensive line. Nainoa Keahi eventually brings him down for the tackle. So no gain on that play there. And it's actually a loss, beg your pardon there. So 2nd and 18 coming up, a loss of 3. Mackey takes a snap, and it's a screen pass to Gonsalves. Nicely diagnosed there by the linebacker, Poki Palawaiohu, and it's another loss on that play for Laney. Big play to make that a 3rd and long, and Chabot's defense coming through with some big plays. So back them up to the 21-yard line. So a 3rd and 23 coming up here for Laney. Actually, a 3rd and 22. Mackey takes the snap from the shotgun. Looking over the middle. Broken up by Wells. Good play there as the pass was intended for Tyre Brooks. But once again, Dario Wells showing why he is one of the top corners in the state of California for all of junior colleges. And that will bring out the punt unit for Laney. So a big 3rd down stop here for Chabot, and that brings out the punt team. Dario Wells is out to receive this punt. Josh Green, the freshman, will kick this one away. Josh Green, I was just told, is from Dan Enda. Green kicks this one away. Wells waves off for the fair catch and lets this one take a Laney bounce. And they fall on it at the 32-yard line. And so Chabot holding tough on defense. They get their offense the ball back once again. And now Chabot still has an opportunity to tie this one up. 9:23 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Well, it looked like Laney had fallen on the ball at the 32-yard line. And now we're getting the official marking. And now they're putting it back a little bit further. And so we're just finding out that it was an offsides on Chabot, so that's being assessed right at the end of that kick. And so it's 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Kaka, the snap from the shotgun, looking downfield, making the play there. Tanner Wright tight ropes the sideline. He's at the 50. He gets a 1st down. Tackled at the 45-yard line. Big play there to keep this drive alive. Tanner Wright sitting right there in zone coverage. And he gets the big play to keep this drive going. 1st and 10 for Chabot. Wright already has 2 touchdowns as he's made some big plays here for Chabot. They're now back in Laney territory. Isaiah Nehemiah Mclamb with the carry, and not a whole lot there. They've been driven back for a short loss on that one. And the tackle made by Amir Mujahid, disrupting the play in the backfield. No gain on that one. 2nd and 10 for Chabot. And the screen pass to Crankfield. He's got some blockers in front of him to the 40. In front of the Laney sideline. Tackled out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And Crankfield continuing to make some plays all over the place, not just with his legs, but hey, made a play with his arm too with a touchdown pass. So they mark him down at the 37-yard line, an 8-yard reception there on the wide receiver screen. 3rd and 2 coming up. Very manageable down and distance for Chabot. Still looking to tie this game up at 21, coming up on 8 minutes left here in the 3rd. A Kaka in the pistol. The give to Mclamb, and he may have been about a yard short. And a good tackle right there by Abdul Holland. And it looks like we have a Chabot player that is a little slow getting up. That was Antonio Hernandez, one of the starting linemen, and he is going to have to exit the game. So Nephi Tawa will check in for him. And it's now 4th and 2. Chabot's offense stays on the field, so they will be going for it. However, keep in mind, Kaka does function as the punter as well, so anything really could happen here. 7:42 and counting. 10 seconds left on the play clock as Kaka goes to the line of scrimmage. 6 seconds left. They got to snap this ball here soon. Kaka on the shotgun. Fake to Mclamb. Over the middle. Out of the hands of Freeman. Incomplete. It's now a turnover on downs. We have some whistles there toward the end. That was Elias Escobar on the coverage. And we have a penalty on the play, so hold everything against the Laney Eagles. And so Chabot catches a break there. It becomes an automatic first down. And so Chabot's offense continues to move forward. A 15-yard penalty. My goodness. So now it's first and 10 at the Laney 22-yard line. Crankfield in motion. He gets the fly sweep carry to the 20, to the 15, and is tossed out of bounds by the Laney defender, and that was Devon Brown making the tackle. So they're officially marking at the 13-yard line. And so 2nd and a very short 1 yard coming up here for Chabot. Kaka in the shotgun. Mclamb with him in the backfield. They send Crankfield in motion again. Keeper this time for Kaka. He looks to have enough for the first down. So he makes his way to the 11-yard line. So enough by a couple of yards. They do move the sticks forward. First and 10 now for Chabot at the 11. Big opportunity here. Their 3rd trip in the red zone. A chance to tie this one up if they get into the end zone here. 6.5 minutes to go in this one. 3 wide receiver look here for Chabot. Mclamb in the backfield with a Kaka. Kyrie Harris is split out wide to the right. And they fire it over the middle. It's a catch by Freeman. And didn't get a whole lot after that one. And that is DeMarcus Ross once again with the tackle. So Freeman makes the catch. And they put it to the 7-yard line. So a gain of 4 on that one for Chabot. Now becomes 2nd and 6. They do only need to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. Kako once again in the shotgun. They give it to Mclamb this time. He pushes his way through a first down, but is tackled at the 2-yard line. Now it creates a goal-to-go situation for Chabot as they draw ever closer to that end zone. First and goal at the Laney 2-yard line. Coming up on the 5-minute mark here in this 3rd quarter. Been quite a comeback here for this Chabot Gladiators team. Really stacking the backfield here. Kaka with the keeper. Tries to move forward. No signal yet. And he is down at the 1-yard line. So 1 yard after all of that chaos there at the line of scrimmage. And there was a 3rd and 1, and so that will convert it to a first down anyway. So now it's 1st and goal at the 1. A Kaka under center at the line of scrimmage. Tries to go underneath and tries to go for the end zone. No signal. They're saying he's short. And a little extracurriculars at the end after the whistles have blown. But a Kaka trying to dip underneath for some extra leverage and couldn't get it. And so it's now 2nd and goal from the 1. Once again, the 3rd trip into the Laney red zone tonight for Chabot. They have scored 2 touchdowns on their prior trips, so they're trying to make it a 3rd time here. Hand off to Mclamb, tries to cut up through the Laney defense, and they stop him cold. Jack Lutz leading the charge once again for Laney's defense, but there was a flag in after the play concluded. And so let's see what the penalty is. Personal foul against Shabo. Oh, that one hurts really bad. What would have been a 3rd and goal from the 1. They still keep it at 2nd down, but that is a 15-yard penalty. And so it's now 3rd down and goal to go, but it's from the 16-yard line this time. Chabot cannot let this opportunity get away here. They have a chance to tie this game up. A Kaka from the shotgun. Feels the pressure from the blitz. He has to escape it. Rolls to his right. Throws towards the end zone. And Kyrie Harris could not come down within the back of the end zone. Incomplete. So the question now becomes, does this mean 4 down territory for Chabot? It is 4th and goal. A field goal from here would be from 33 yards out. And it appears that is exactly what they're going to go with. So Pablo Rico, 2 of 3 on field goals from the season, his longest from 36. And so this being a 33-yard attempt, it is within his range from the in between the hashes. The kick is up. It has the distance, and it is no good. And so a big missed opportunity for Chabot to put points on the board. They had a chance to tie this one up, but that big penalty towards the end forced him to go for the field goal. Pablo Rico could not convert, and Laney has caught a break. It's now 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. And that field goal was missed wide left. Man in motion here for Laney. Gonsalves with the handoff. A nice spin move to get to the 25-yard line and dives forward to the 28. They officially marked that the 20-yard line, rather, so it's a gain of 8 to start there for Gonsalves. So it's a 2nd and 2 coming up here for Laney. At the 28-yard line here, Mackey in the pistol. Sending a receiver in motion. Gonsalves up the middle again across the 30. And falls forward to the 34-yard line, and that is enough for a first down as he runs across the 34-yard line along the right hash mark. And so Laney feeling like they have seized some momentum back from this game after nearly letting their whole lead slip away. Now going back to their run-heavy attack here as we're coming up on 2 minutes left here in the 3rd. Mackey in the pistol. Gonsalves with him in the backfield. They send another man in motion. Gonsalves with the carry. The jump cut to the right. Big tackle coming in from the backfield. That is Dario Wells. making some plays once again. He cuts down Gonsalves in the backfield. No gain on that run. Trying to do that jump cut. Let's take a look at that tackle. That was just nicely done. Here you see him trying to bounce the outside, and Wells saying, no, sir, you will get nothing in like it. 2nd and 10, minute 45 to go here in the third. Mackey in the shotgun. They give it to Gonsalves again, trying to go to the left side this time. And not a whole lot doing there on that side either. Looked like Ty Wynn that was there on the tackle as well. So Chabot's defense really hanging tough here. They've created a 3rd and long for Laney coming up on the final minute here in the third. Ball at the Laney 34-yard line. They do need to get to the 44 for a first down. Damar Johnson in motion. Chabot bringing some pressure. Pass complete to Walker Scott. He's back in the game, and look at him go. He's across the 40, spins away from a tackler, and is brought down to the 35-yard line. Dior Walker Scott, who left the game in the first half, makes his presence felt as he returns. A big 3rd down conversion for the Laney Eagles. Laney back in Chabot territory, 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Welcome back to your Walker Scott. Walker Scott out wide right. Mackey in the pistol. They do send Damar Johnson in motion. And they go right back to Gonsalves on the run. And that was Politani on the tackle there as Gonsalves gets to the 31. So a 3-yard run there for Gonsalves. And that is the final play of the third quarter. So really still anybody's ball game here in Hayward after 3 quarters of play. Laney leading Chabot by a score of 21-14. And here is that big 3rd down conversion as you're seeing right here. Dior Walker Scott, who left with a lower leg injury back in the first half, comes back and makes a big impact and may have put Laney back in a great position to be able to take a 2-score lead yet again. This broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms. Locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. And by NorCal Summer Basketball Camp. Overnight week-long basketball camp for boys and girls. Coming summer 2020 to Sonora, California. Go to www.norcalsportstv.com/camp for more cdetails. 3 quarters in the books. We are ready for the 4th quarter here in Hayward. 2nd and 8 coming up for Laney from the Chabot 32-yard line. Primarily set up by a big 3rd down conversion and a timeout being called by head coach John Beam. First timeout being used by Laney here in the second half. And in case you are just joining us, let's bring you up to speed on what has happened and how we got to this point. Laney opening things up with a touchdown on their first drive. It was a touchdown pass from Ryan Mackey to Dior Walker Scott from 13 yards out to make it 7-0. Laney on their 3rd possession of the night. It would be Ryan Mackey yet again, a touchdown pass finding Merle Bass this time from 15 yards out to make it 14-0. And then, as they are very close to this, got to a 21-0 lead. It would be Mackey once again. His 3rd touchdown of the night, finding R.J. Stern in the end zone to make it 21-0. But then again, Chabot would come back with back-to-back touchdowns. Gennaro Crankfield, Crankfield with a touchdown pass to Tanner Wright from 19 yards out to make it 21-7. And then Chase Kaka finding Tanner Wright to make it 21-14. And it is a Quate Morris who makes the catch. The H-back gets the first down and then some. And Laney is back in the Chabot red zone yet again. Tackled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And Laney once again is threatening. Dario Wells makes the tackle. Here is the play action. And look at Morris just slipped the coverage there, and he had a lot of space in front of him. So good read there by Aquate Morris, who has made some big catches tonight for Laney. 1st and 10 for Laney from the Chabot 15-yard line. Mackey in the pistol right here. You send a man in motion, and that is Tidwell on the cover, on the handoff there. Tidwell going to the 12-yard line for a gain of 3. And that was Niles Pokipala Waiahu with the tackle. And so a 2-yard run on that play by Harold Tidwell. We haven't called his name a whole lot. It's now 2nd and 8 for Laney. They want to make this a 2-score game at a very critical juncture here in the 4th quarter. Tidwell and Mackey in the backfield. Mackey looking at the end zone, and with the catch made. And they got it! Touchdown, Laney! It makes that a 2-score lead. And how about that pass play? It looks like Tyre Brooks who made the catch for the touchdown, and that was from 13 yards out. A big score there from Laney. They make this a 2-score game once again with 13:42 to go. And the extra point is blocked, and it is no good. So Chabot coming through with a big special teams play. And let's see if we can take a look at that touchdown pass. See if we can get a clear look as to who caught it, because that was a nice throw down the far sideline. Well, it looked like it was Tyre Brooks who made the catch, so we're going to go with that one. So Mackey with his 4th touchdown pass of the night. And a very critical juncture there, but the extra point that was blocked does loom large a little bit. And so Chabot still very much with a lot of time left. 13:42 left in this 4th quarter. Still a lot of football left, but they've got to be very efficient on this drive. And so that Mackey touchdown pass caps off a 9-play, 80-yard drive going down the field. And Laney has a little bit of breathing room here tonight. Onwumeka, the kickoff. Wells fields it at the 7-yard line, and here he comes. Going in between the hashes, and he is wrapped up in between there. Gets to the 20-yard line, and that is where Chabot's offense takes over. Had a real missed opportunity as they got as close to the Laney 1-yard line before taking on a penalty towards the end. And coincidentally enough, a flag just flew in right now. So the return goes to the 20-yard line from Dario Wells. However, we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Chabot. And so that will back them up quite a bit. So it will become a 1st and 10 for Chabot, but what would have been a starting position at the 20-yard line, it goes back to the 10, and that does make a big difference. And as hard as Chabot has fought to make this a competitive game, you have to wonder, without the penalties at critical times, how different this game would be. 1st and 10 now at their own 10-yard line for Chabot after that dead ball foul. Kaka, the snap. Give to Vaymau. Bounces it to the outside around the right. Trying to go around right tackle and didn't get very far. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, if that. Tackle was made by Devon Brown from the linebacker position, and so they give him forward progress to the 11, so call that a 1-yard gain for Vaymau. Now becomes 2nd and 9 for Chabot as they line up. Right, they're going to give the tackle to Abdul Holland, so we'll credit him for that. 2nd and 9, the give to Mclamb. Good run right up the middle to the 20-yard line as he falls forward to the 21. And unfortunately, a Chabot player is a little slow getting up, but he seems to be all right. But getting to the 21-yard line, a big run for Mclamb, and that is a first down for Chabot, so move those chains. 12:41 and counting. Handoff once again to Mclamb following his blockers. Nearly spun out of a tackle, but Jack Lutz tosses him backwards. And I'll tell you what, Lutz has been a tackling machine here in the second half. He does lead the team in tackles, so it's easy to see why with the type of tenacity he plays at the linebacker position. 1 yard gain there for Mclamb, 2nd and 9. Actually, we're going to call it 2 yards, so we'll call it 2nd and 8 here at the 23-yard line. Chabot getting set up here. Washington out wide to the left. Tanner Wright out wide to the right. Snap goes to Kaka on the rollout. Oh, he's going to launch one and trying to find Tanner Wright, but throw came up a tad bit short on that one. LJ Anderson, the team leader in interceptions for Laney, was the closest one to that ball. Kaka seemed to have the right idea, but maybe Tanner Wright was running his route a little bit too deep. Either way, it's now 3rd and 8. Clock stops with 11:50 to go. Chabot needs to really convert this 3rd down because they punt it away back to Laney. It could be all sorts of problems here. Kaka tries to evade the pressure. Gets away from the grasp, directing traffic. Throwing it deep for Tanner Wright, and he had the pass slip right through his hands at the 43-yard line. Would have been a big first down for Chabot, but Tanner Wright could not reel it in. Another big what-if moment for the Chabot offense. They've had a few too many of those tonight. And unfortunately, because of that, they had to send the punt team back out. 11:38 to go in the 4th quarter. And Chabot, really to put it bluntly, they're running out of possessions. It's a big opportunity for Chabot, too, because a win tonight would keep their bowl game hopes alive. Kako with the punt. Walker Scott retreats for this one. And he does field it right around the 25-yard line. And he was running around. I wasn't sure what he was trying to do there, but Chabot gets some good coverage there on that punt. And so Chabot's defense will have to make a stop right here. Preferably will have to be a 3-and-out to save some time. And so it'll now be 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line for Laney. Mackey in the pistol. Gonsalves is behind him. They send a man in motion. Gonsalves with the carry. Actually, it's going to be right around to the far sideline for that motion man. Trying to figure out who the running back was. We'll let you know about that in just a minute. It's actually Junior Alatani who was making the carry there as he got to the 33-yard line, and unfortunately we have another Chabot player that's injured. So it's an injury timeout. Can't quite tell from our vantage point as to who the injured Chabot Gladiator is. And so we will take a short break here on NorCal Sports TV.
In the summer of 2020. Be one of the first 75 to register for this NorCal Sports Summer Camp and get $100 off your tuition. This is to be held at the former location of the Dick Edwards Camp in Sonora, California at the Sierra Outdoor School. Week 1 boys camp, June 16th through 20th of 2020. Week 2 is the girls camp from July 7th to July 11th of 2020. It's a 5-day overnight camp with air-conditioned dorms and prepared meals included. Trainers and coaches from the NBA, college, and high school ranks will be in attendance. All games and events filmed professionally by NorCal SportsTV, allowing for film sessions, video evaluations, and individual highlights. Register with a small deposit of $99 to earn your discount and free personalized jersey upgrade. Learn more and register today at www.norcalsportstv.com/camp.
Welcome back to Chabot College in Hayward. We do have a confirmation as to the injured Gladiator, and it is a worst-case scenario. Dario Wells, the starting corner for Chabot, has to be helped off the field. He's made a lot of big plays for the Chabot defense, and right now, a defense that really needs him out there right now. He has to be helped off to the sideline. He is grabbing at his left shoulder, and so hopefully it is nothing serious, so we will keep an eye on that one as best we can. As we go back to action here, 2nd and 5. As Laney goes right back to the ground game to try to bleed some time off this clock. And we're trying to make a confirmation on all this mess here around the line of scrimmage. That was Nainoa Kiahi with the tackle. Couldn't quite identify who the ball carrier was, but either way, it's now a 3rd and 4. On that 1-yard gain. Gonsalves in the backfield, and so I'm guessing he was the ball carrier last time. Mackey in the pistol. It's a play action going over the middle. Great catch there by Aquate Morris between the hashes, and look at him go to the 20, following his blockers to the 10 at the far sideline, and he is tackled inside the 5-yard line, and so another tight end slip screen, if you will, where Aquate Morris once again coming through with a big play. It's now 1st and goal for Laney at the 3-yard line. And Laney with a chance to really put some distance between them and Chabot. We're less than 10 minutes away from the end of regulation. As Laney, of course, up 27-14, but now they are back in the red zone yet again. 5th time they've been in there, rather. Here's the snap to Mackey, going towards the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown for Laney yet again. Dior Walker-Scott from 3 yards out. He makes the catch, and that's 5 for 5 in the red zone for Laney, and they've blown this one open 33-14. So at 33-14, the extra point coming up from Onwumeka as he had his extra point blocked last time. The snap is no good, but here comes Stern around the left side, and even after all that, he gets the 2 points to go in. R.J. Stern bobbled the snap, but he picked it up and went around the left side, still gets the 2-point conversion, and it is truly a 3-score game, 35-14 with 9:21 to go. Let's take a look at that one. And the snap hits Stern on the right leg, but he does channel that wide receiver speed, goes around the left side and got to the edge in time and got the 2 points after all. While we have a minute, let's take a look at that touchdown pass from Mackey to Dior Walker-Scott, the 2nd time they've connected with each other tonight. Right in that red zone. Back shoulder throw towards the near pylon for Dior Walker-Scott. Very nicely done. Ryan Mackey now with, looks like that was 4 touchdowns on the night, but let me confirm here. That's actually his 5th touchdown pass of the night. Wow. So a big night for Ryan Mackey, the sophomore quarterback, who came into tonight with only 7 touchdown passes on the season. And so Torrance fields it at the 10-yard line. He's going to bring this one out. Gets to the 27-yard line, so a 17-yard return for Chabot. So now becomes 1st and 10 for Chabot. 9:15 left to go. And if you're the Chabot offense, you probably want to channel the 2-minute offense right out of the get-go. But there is a penalty against Laney right at the end of all that kick return, so Chabot's starting field position is going to be a lot better this time around. 9:15 to go. Possessions are at a premium right now. And now they place the ball at the 32-yard line for Chabot, and that's where they will get started. $9:15 to go here in regulation. They send Crankfield in motion. Kaka looked to be a design QB run, directing the traffic there for the block, and not a whole lot there as he was probably lost a couple of yards after all that. Timmy Dorsey tracking him down to make the tackle for loss. Back to the 30-yard line they go. A loss of 2 on that scramble by Kaka. It's now 2nd and 12. Clock still running. We're under 9 minutes left to go here in the game. Second and 12. Here is Kaka. Run pass option, and he is sacked behind the line of scrimmage. And guess who? It was Jack Lutz coming through once again with the sack. And he has made his presence felt here in the second half. And a loss of 2 on that one. It's now 3rd and 15. A long ways to go for Chabot. Not how they wanted this drive to start. Ball placed at the 26-yard line for Chabot. They do need to get to the 42 for a first down. Kaka, play action. Going in between the seams, incomplete. A bit of a dangerous throw intended for Crankfield as he was smothered by a couple of Laney defenders as he ran his route. Coverage was provided there by L.J. Anderson. Said his name a couple of times tonight. He hasn't picked any passes off, but he's made a couple of nice plays for this Laney defense. And so not what Chabot wanted. It's a 3 and out. And unfortunately for Chabot, it looks like they are letting this game slip away here. Kaka will punt this one away. He skies this one into the Hayward Knight. Walker Scott with a fair catch. And they place this one at the 38-yard line. And so on this being sophomore night for Chabot, trying to send their sophomores out with a victory, a sophomore class that head coach Eric Fanene has expressed a lot of pride in. In fact, I got a chance to talk to him earlier this week. And he was raving about how proud he was of this group of sophomores. A lot of them will be going on to 4-year universities, and he said it was just an absolute joy to coach them, and he appreciated the sacrifice and dedication to their program. And here is a big run by Laney to get things started here. And on that run, that was Junior Alatani. We've been seeing him quite a bit here in this fourth quarter. Gets to the Chabot 48-yard line, so a first down for Laney as they will be looking to drain off as much clock as possible. Coming up on 7 minutes left here in this game. Chabot got as close as 21-14, but Laney has responded nicely with 2 touchdowns of their own to make this a 3-score game yet again. And the handoff to Gonsalves. And tackle was made by Polatani on that one, as Gonsalves goes forward to the 47-yard line for a gain of 1. Second and 9 now, as Laney is taking their time, getting to the line of scrimmage. Trying to run down this clock as much as they can with every sequence. Currently 15 seconds on this play clock, so wouldn't expect it to snap it until it reaches single digits, which it is right now. Alatani in motion. And he has the carry this time around the right side to the 30, cuts back upfield. He has a first down and then some. A flag comes in right at the end of it, but Junior Alatani ripping off a couple of big gains there, gets to the 28-yard line, pending the flag that came in from the Chabot backfield. Tackle is being credited to C.J. Crowell, and Laney is being backed up, so it looks like the penalty is on them. So it is a hold on Laney. Going to the 47-yard line here. Clock continues to run. We're at 6 minutes left as Laney is getting all set up here. Mackey in the pistol. And that is Gonsalves once again with the run to the 44. So gain of, let's say, 3 on that play. And that is Jeremiah Famore with the tackle there. 5:30 to go here as it's a manageable third down and distance. They do need to get to the Chabot 38 for a first down. Currently at the 44, so it's a 3rd and 6. 4 wide receivers out on this formation for Laney. Mackey looking for his receiver. He's got it for a big first down to keep those chains moving. Completion to Tavian Williams. Ran a nice route there to get beyond the first down marker and is tackled at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 now as Laney engineering the 4-minute offense here. Coming up on 4:48 left to go. Of course, we will let you know our FitPro GO player of the game. We'll try to get an interview with said player at the conclusion of this broadcast tonight. Mackey takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Ashford. Goes around the right side of the line to the 32. And so credit him for a gain of 2 on that one as we undo the pile. Continuing to slowly bleed out this clock here as Laney making sure to put a bow on this one to try to improve their record to 6-4 and improve their own chances at getting a bowl game. We're beyond the 4-minute mark here as we come up on 2nd and 8 from the Chabot 32. Hand off Ashford to the left side and gets to the 29-yard line. And tackle made by Ty Wynn there. He stuck his nose in there from the secondary. You're seeing Chris Bakos exit the game here as seeing some additional players for the Chabot defense getting some snaps. Laney taking their time, of course. 5 seconds left on the play clock. 3:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we have a timeout being called by the Laney College Eagles. So 3:07 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pretty much all said and done here as Laney is looking to solidify this win as they are looking to improve to 6-4, while sending Chabot below 500 at 4-5. And should this score hold up, this will be a fourth straight win for the Laney College Eagles. This broadcast of Chabot football is brought to you in part by Chabot College Athletics. Go Gladiators. By American Asphalt, taking care of business. FitPro GO. Who will be our FitPro GO player of the game? Stay tuned to find out. Meeting Rooms on Demand, the affordable alternative to hotel meeting rooms, locations in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Go to www.meetingroomsondemand.com for more details. 3rd and 5 now for Laney. 3:07 to go. Mackey takes the snap, looks to his right, looking for a receiver in the end zone. And did he make the catch? He did. It's another touchdown for the Laney Eagles. And that looked to be Junior Alatani again. 6 touchdown passes for Ryan Mackey. This one from 29 yards out. Ryan Mackey, have yourself a night. And I've just been told that tonight is a record-setting night for Ryan Mackey. 6 touchdown passes tonight, a single game record for Laney College. So congratulations to Ryan Mackey. What a night. Casey Onwumeka on for the extra point. High snap, but they do settle it. The kick is up, and it is no good, wide to the right. And we have some whistles as there may have been a flag that came in towards the end. And looks to be as such. And looked to be a dead ball foul. So 41-14 for Laney. 2:58 to go here in regulation, and this is all about Ryan Mackey tonight. And let's take a look at this throw here. Looking to his right, Alatani with the wheel route, and a one-handed grab it looks like. It just stuck that right arm out there, reeled that one in. So a nice throw, but an even more impressive catch all the same. Kind of handles that might get you noticed at a basketball camp for sure. So a 20-point blitz here by Laney in the fourth quarter. We have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Chabot, and so it was actually roughing the passer on Chabot, so Mackey took a bit of a hit towards the end. And so the kickoff will take place from the 50. It's a bit of a squibber. And Najee rushing will bring this one up from the 16-yard line. It doesn't get much beyond that. They mark him down with forward progress at the 20. And so maybe one more go around for this Chabot offense to put up some points, as they will wind things down here on sophomore night in Hayward. Offense takes the field. That is Vince Larson in the backfield now. Kaka with the snap from the pistol. Rolls to his right, heaving it down the field, looking for Riggins. And nice catch in the air in front of the defender. Have dropped a few passes at key situations here, but that was a nice catch by Alan Riggins in front of Roman Rashada. So a first down as Chabot gets to the Laney 46 on that nice catch by Alan Riggins. But it's just a case of too little too late here for the Chabot offense as the give is off to Vince Larson. So he goes to the left side of the line for a couple of yards. And so it becomes a 2nd and 8 for Chabot. As mentioned earlier, we do have our FitPro GO player of the game announcement. We will announce that as well. We will try to get an interview with said player. We'll definitely do our best to do that. A Kaka from the pistol on 2nd and 8. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to use his legs for the first down. He'll get that and then some to the 30. To the 25 at the far sideline. Runs out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So a nice chunk play there for a Kaka for another Chabot first down. Kaka, another one of the sophomores who will be departing Chabot after this season. I'm sure he probably wishes this sophomore night would have gone a little bit differently. But Chabot gave it a good fight. The defense had probably gotten some fatigue there towards the end as Crankfield tries to make something happen on that jet sweep, but nothing doing on that tackle. Nick Patterson, the sophomore linebacker, dragged him down for a loss. It's a loss of 3 on that one, too. So 2nd and 13 from the 23. 1:25 to go here in regulation. Chabot converted some chances here in the red zone tonight, officially 2 for 3, but you have to wonder, that last one where they got to the Laney 1-yard line but took a very ill-advised penalty, how different would this game be? Kaka to Larson on the wheel route, and Patterson batted that one away. Actually, that was Roman Rashada on the coverage with Larson, so that's an incompletion. Clock stops at 1:04 in the fourth quarter. As Chabot tries to get to the end zone one more time to make a dent into this deficit just a little bit. Third and 13, Kaka heaving this one to the end zone, looking for Crankfield. He made the catch, but was he in bounds? He was! Back of the end zone, Gennaro Crankfield. Touchdown, Chabot from 23 yards out. And so Gennaro Crankfield has not only thrown for a touchdown tonight, he's also caught one. This makes it 41-20 in favor of Laney. 57.1 seconds to go. Yeah, that's a nice way for Gennaro Crankfield to end his Chabot career with a highlight reel catch. Here is the extra point from Pablo Rico. It is up and it is good. And so 41-21 is our score. 57.1 seconds to go. And let's take a look at that touchdown pass as a Kaka off his back foot, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and Crankfield had the coverage beat, and he got both feet in. Very nicely done there for who was arguably Chabot's top playmaker all season long. And head coach Eric Fanene having a conversation with his special teams unit. Maybe they'll try an onside kick. Maybe they won't. Pablo Rico is lining it up, ready to send this one away. I think Laney is suspecting an onside kick. They're sending everybody towards the 45-yard line. Laney's got a lot of their hands personnel out there. And here is the onside kick as expected. And it rolls out of bounds at the 50-yard line. So, of course, the flag will come in for an illegal procedure. And at this point, it looks like it's just delaying the inevitable as Laney will wrap up their 4th consecutive win here in the regular season. And unlike a lot of previous weeks, they did it through the air. Primarily thanks in part to the arm of Ryan Mackey. 6 touchdown passes tonight, a single game record for Laney quarterbacks. And played a big part in spoiling Chabot's sophomore night, that's for sure. So a ball placed at the Chabot 44. Mackey takes the knee. Actually delayed the knee, and now he takes it. And he backs it up to the 46-yard line. Only will require one more kneel down. And he does take it. And that looks to be how this game will end. As both teams are gathering at their respective sidelines at the 50-yard line. And that is how this one will end. So Chabot will end 2019 on a 3-game losing streak to finish 4-5, while Laney keeps their bowl game hopes alive with a 4-game win streak at 6-4. And don't go away. We will have more to come on NorCal Sports TV as we wrap things up. We'll try to get you an interview with our FitPro GO player of the game and wrap things up here from Hayward, California. Don't go away. More to come on NorCal Sports TV.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's gotta be quick.
Yeah, no problem. I'll keep it really quick. I promise.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Hey, I know you got a bus to catch, so I'll try. All right, I'll try to be really quick. So we were broadcasting this on NorCal SportsTV. You are a FitPro GO player of the game. So congratulations. Hey, 6 touchdown passes. Wow. that was quite a performance, I have to tell you. So tied is cool right now.
Yeah, tied.
Ah, very nice. Okay, so we'll have you over here. Yeah. And we're going to be looking up at orange? I think so. I'm trying to confirm.
I'm going to order mine.
Okay, yeah, so that one right there. All right. Welcome back to Chabot College. A big win for Laney tonight, 41-21, largely in part to quarterback Ryan Mackey, our FitPro GO player of the game. 6 touchdown passes tonight. A big reason why Laney was able to come away with their 4th straight win tonight, finishing 6-4 on the season. Ryan, congratulations to you. That was a big win.
Appreciate it. It was a good win. Finally getting the offense going this year. Defense staying solid. It was a good win.
So just talk to me a little bit about these last 4 games, because starting out 2-4, a little bit up and down, but lately it seems like everything's been coming together, and you guys have been doing it in a bunch of different ways. You were going very run heavy, especially as of recently, especially after against Diablo Valley College last week. So what did you see in that Chabot defense that thought you could really attack these guys through the air tonight?
It was just they were kind of loading the box. Once you load the box, you loosen everyone up on the outside, and they wanted to go take the regular one. We got to be able to pass it, and we did pretty good tonight.
So you had a really nice connection with Dior Walker-Scott tonight. He caught a couple of your touchdown passes. Man. And, of course, the big thing is he left a little bit in that first half with a little bit of a foot injury. How big was it to see him back on the field, because you guys really had that rapport going in the second half?
Yeah, he's huge. He's a big leader on the team, catches a lot of balls, hard worker. He's just leader of that wide receiver room, and it's good to have him out there. Everyone kind of performs when he's going too.
And then, of course, finally going up and finishing 6-4, you guys put yourself in a position for a bowl game, which is a big thing as well. I mean, of course, we'll get a lot of things finding out, but getting this win tonight, of course, there's a big rivalry between you guys and Chabot as well. So does the rivalry kind of add to the intensity for what you see on the field tonight, and just the added incentive to really come away with a victory, especially on their home turf?
It got a little chippy at the beginning, but that's kind of what happens. This is football. But once you get going, you kind of just play good football, and everything starts coming together. 6-4, it sucks. We've left a few games on the table that could have got us probably into playoffs. We got a good enough team too, but guys fought hard, and we got up to 6-4. Can't really complain too much.
Anytime you can get a 4-game win streak under your belt, a lot of good things to reflect on. So, and of course, a good night for you. 6 touchdown passes, tying a school single-game record. So you got a good memory to take with you for the future. So Ryan Mackey, congratulations to you.
Yeah, you have a good night.
All right, thank you. Have a good night. And we thank you for watching all of us here on NorCal Sports TV, for allowing us to be a part of your Saturday night as we brought you Chabot College football here from Hayward. Thank you for tuning in to NorCal Sports TV all season long. Be sure to tune in. We got a lot of basketball action coming up over the next few months, over through the calendar year. But that will do it for us from Hayward, California. Laney College coming away with a victory, 41-21 over the Chabot College Gladiators. On behalf of everybody in NorCal Sports TV, my name is Philip Kern. Thank you again for tuning in, and have yourselves a good night. Signing off from Hayward. As they are very close to this end zone here. Mackey, play action, rolls to his right, looking for a target in the end zone, and it is caught.